Hey there, hopefully you guys are all doing well. Welcome to the Football Overseas football YouTube channel. I can't speak. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. If you haven't already, please do smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, all of that good stuff. Again, I'm back. My name is Liam. You should have seen me on the Premier League one. The Bayern View is the channel. Let me quickly just shove up the thingy as well. I do daily Bayern Munich content here. There's a social, so on and so forth. Let's get rid of that because we're here on the Football Overseas channel. Again, big up for having me on. Thank you very much. And let's get into this. So we're here for the Bundesliga predictions. I've just done the Premier League one. I'm not really too sure when they're putting these videos out, but either way, if you haven't already, smash the damn thumbs up and check us out after. Thank you, and let's go. Right, Bundesliga. Right, it's going to be an interesting one. And obviously, don't get offended if I say your team's going to lose, so on and so forth. I definitely am more biased when it comes to the Bundesliga as a Bayern fan, but I will say it how it is. That's just how I am. Let's get into this, though. So straight away, the first game is Dortmund versus St. Pauli. And I actually think Dortmund are going to smash them. I don't necessarily like Borussia Dortmund. And before the international break, Dortmund did lose 2-1 to Union Berlin, which I like to see personally as a Bayern fan. But I do think Dortmund will win. And I think they're actually going to smash them 5-0. Because St. Pauli they're just not doing very good, personally. Nothing but respect to them. They've got themselves a win, a draw, but they do have 4 losses in the league. I know Borussia Dortmund are currently in 7th, but it's early stages in the Bundesliga, and I do feel like they're gonna get beaten. So, Dortmund to win 5-0 in that particular game. Then for the Saturday's games, there's a couple that are at 2:30 UK time, 3:30 obviously over in Germany. First one being Hoffenheim versus VfL Bochum. Bochum are a good team, but they're not good enough, put it that way. They're currently sitting in the relegation. Obviously, there's only 18 teams in the Bundesliga. We don't have 20 teams like the Premier League, but they are bottom. They haven't had a win yet. One draw, 5 losses. They've only scored 6 and 14 against them. So I do feel like they're going to get beat by Hoffenheim. It's a clash at the bottom. Hoffenheim are currently sitting in at 16th, and Bochum at 18th. So I do feel like Hoffenheim are going to win. They are also the home team, so they will have that crowd will be up for them, and I feel like they're going to win 2-0. But I could be wrong, obviously. Next game is FC Freiburg versus Augsburg. That game is an interesting game. The reason I say it's an interesting game is because Freiburg are currently sitting in at 4th. They've 4 wins, 2 losses. They're quite even in their goals for and against. So yeah, 9 goals for, 7 against. They're a very, very good team. But Augsburg have this thing where they do turn up at times. So maybe I'm wrong with this prediction, but I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. That's personally what I'm going to go with. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with any of these, of course. This is just my personal opinion. Maybe we can talk in the comments if you disagree with me. The next game is obviously a game I'm definitely going to have my eyes on as a Bundesliga fan, as well as obviously Bayern Munich. And that's obviously the Leverkusen versus Frankfurt game. Now, Bayern Munich played Frankfurt in the last game. Frankfurt, they've got this Egyptian striker at the moment called Mamouche, I believe is how you say his name, and he is balling out in the Bundesliga. He's definitely a star, definitely someone I would like Bayern to pick up if they don't already. Go to look at him, and also he might actually get a move somewhere else. But right now he's at Frankfurt and he's doing really, really, really well. So I do expect them to turn up, to be honest with you. And I'm actually predicting Leverkusen to lose, which is a bit crazy to say, but Leverkusen, unless they get lucky in the late stages of the games, like they have been, and they've been jammy with that, Frankfurt are on a different level right now, but this definitely could be wrong. But I'm going to go with a 4-2 victory for Frankfurt. Me personally, I would like a draw in this game just to stop both teams getting, more points to obviously push Bayern. Obviously, Bayern are at the top at the moment. I definitely need from my perspective, I need them to draw, but I do feel like Frankfurt are going to do Leverkusen, beat Leverkusen 4-2. So that's what I'm predicting in that game. Then Monchengladbach versus Heidenheim. Again, I feel like this is going to be a clash. Monchengladbach currently sitting in 14th, and Heidenheim are currently sitting in at 9th. Heidenheim obviously have one of the Bayern Munich young lads called Bulvana. I'm really, really hoping he has a wonderful game and a wonderful season as a whole, comes back to us and then performs, because he hasn't even seen a sniff in game time. So that's why we put him out on loan. But yeah, I'm going with a 3-3 draw in this game. Heidenheim are definitely someone that's surprising me. I generally thought when they come up, they were going to be a team that goes straight back down, but I feel like that's obviously not going to happen. They're surprising me. So 3-3 draw is what I'm expecting in that particular game. And then the last game for the 2:30 time slot, if you want to say, there's been 5 games in that time slot, is Mainz versus Leipzig. Now, Leipzig are currently on the same points as Bayern Munich, 4 wins, 2 draws. They're on 14 points. 9 goals for them, and they've only conceded 2, which is really, really good for them. They played some big teams. Obviously, they've already done over the current champions in Leverkusen. So yeah, I feel like Mainz will get a goal. Mainz obviously aren't doing bad at all. 2 draws, 2 wins, 2 losses. They're quite even in their goals for and against. 11 for, 10 against. So goal difference of a 1. I do feel like they will score, but I do feel also that Leipzig are going to continue this run that they're going on and not lose. So I would love nothing more than them to lose, of course. But at the same time, I do feel they get the 2-1 win, personally. Then we go on to the game that I care about the most as a Bayern fan, of course. Again, if you haven't already, please do check us out. We do daily Bayern Munich content. Yeah, I'm invested in this game, put it that way. 4-3 is what I'm going with. But let me give you some backstory to it and why I'm going with a 4-3. Now, Bayern Munich, for me, have to get back on track. People will see it, we're 14 points, we haven't lost, so on and so forth. And some people will be saying, yeah, company's doing really, really well, this, that, and this, that. The last game, we should not have drawn 3-3. Again, respect to Frankfurt, respect to Mamouche, 1000%. I'm not trying to disrespect him at all, but we have a couple of bozos at the back. Kim Min-jae and Upamecano. Yes, both of them did get a goal to secure us a point. But at the same time, they should have done their job, which is being defenders. And yeah, if they would have actually done that, then, we could have got it. So I do feel like we will score. I do feel like we will win. It is in the Allianz Arena, a beautiful arena I've ever seen, and stadium as a whole. But Stuttgart have got their strikers firing on all cylinders also. So it's not one of those where you're just going to be like, yeah, Bayern are going to smash them. No, they've got I can't say his name, but I believe it's Demirchov, I believe is how you say it. He's got 5 goals. He's on the exact same as Harry Kane. And then they've also got Dennis, is it Undav? Undav, I believe is how you say his name. Obviously doing it for Germany, but he's also doing it for Stuttgart. He's got 4 goals. The other lad's got 5 goals. So they've got goals in them, and they're a solid team. They have a manager who is Sebastian Hoeneß. He is a very, very good manager. He is the nephew of Uri Hoeneß, who is the higher up here at Bayern Munich. So you guys probably will know who he is. If you don't, then there you go. But yeah, I'm expecting them to score 3. I am expecting them to get some goals. Bayern are leaking goals right now, like a weird whatever. But I do feel like we're going to get goals also. And we actually, in the last couple of games, have been having I believe the last game we had 24 shots. With 13 on target or something. So we need to start scoring more, or finishing more, shall I say, of the chances that we are getting. So yeah, that is tomorrow's game is done. Now we're going to talk about Sunday's games. The first one is Holstein Kiel versus Union Berlin. I've gone with 2 different scores here. Obviously, I will go down to 1 in a minute, but I'm either thinking that Holstein Kiel are going to get a 2-1 win, or it's going to be a 2-2 draw. That's what I'm feeling in this particular game. Holstein Kiel, again, are in the relegation battle at this moment in time. Obviously, it's still very, very early. But Union Berlin are currently sitting in at 6th. So maybe I'm going a bit off here, but I am going to say that Holstein Kiel are actually going to get their first win in the Bundesliga this season so far, because they haven't won yet. And I think they're going to win 2-1. And then the last game for this week's predictions is going to be Wolfsburg versus Werder Bremen. Now, they're both literally basically next to each other. Wolfsburg have lost 3 games. Werder Bremen have only lost 2. They literally are 11th. Werder Bremen's 11th and Wolfsburg are 12th. So it's a mid-table battle at this particular time. Wolfsburg have been scoring goals against big opposition, though. And I'm expecting them to get a 1-0 victory and boost themselves up to 10 points, pushing the higher clubs in the table. So again, that is my predictions. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button on the channel, pushing for that 1K as soon as possible. So thank you for the constant support, and obviously the other lads obviously doing the content. Big up to them. Also, again, thank you for having me on. And again, if you haven't already, please check out the Bayern View. We do daily Bayern Munich content. Bayern Munich fan channel. So yeah, we do the women's games, the men's games, some FC25 content as well. But yeah, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for the support. Thank you for having me. Peace out.